All right, here we are at Alberta Beatdown 2 at the OverKlocked Gaming Center in Edmonton, Alberta. We are in the winter semifinals, so we're going to be watching xSixMkengyn go up against RevSaroVati. We are going to be here on MLG's Typhon Peaks. This is a ladder map, and SaroVati is going to be the purple Protoss over here in the top left position. His opponent, Mkengyn, the winner of Project X back in February, another tournament that I casted personally, is down here in the bottom right as the teal Zerg.
Yeah, I expect some very high-level play out of both these players, as they are both in Grand Masters. We're just going to have to wait to see how things shape up here. They are cross-positioned, so I will expect to see a very heavy macro game from both players. I do know MK does like the Baneling drop style versus Protoss, as it has proved to be very effective for him.
Yeah, so he's just going to continue to drone up here, already at 13 supplies, so he's going to be going for a relatively late pool here. Is definitely pretty confident with the more macro styles of plays. I've definitely seen him go for those long macro-oriented games rather than some of the earlier rush-down strategies and some of the timing attacks and things like that. Definitely a player who favors the very mechanical, long, very difficult games where his mechanics and his skills can really shine. And I'm definitely curious to see what SaroVati is going to be doing in this game. Is a player that everybody here is raving about, and somebody I personally have never seen before. Everyone's saying that he's the best player in Edmonton, and Mkengyn is the best player from Calgary. So a bit of a battle of the north and south here. Got a pseudo grudge match, you could say. And we can see SaroVati right now with the probe scouting out Mkengyn. He's got the pool at about halfway done. Immediately going to start harassing some of the drones here and force Mkengyn to react a little bit. Try to just get him to screw up his mining a little bit. Cost him just a small amount of resources. Maybe try to get a quick early advantage here. Meanwhile, he's got the Cybernetics core going back up at home. A pretty standard opening out of the Protoss player.
Yeah, Mkengyn actually did go for gas before pool, so as soon as that pool was done, he was able to go for ling speed, which I do really like because speedlings are very good at stopping early Protoss pressure, and they are good at putting on some pressure on the Protoss. And we do have a Cybernetics core coming out here for SaroVati here, so we may either see 4-gate or we might see a 3-gateway expand, which is fairly common versus Zerg.
Yeah, the problem with the 3-gate expand here is the natural expansion is quite open, which makes it a little bit harder for you to secure your natural expansion with force fields. You really need a lot to make that really happen. We can see SaroVati did have that probe down here, the natural expansion, trying to block the hatchery from Mkengyn, but it just really didn't work out, as Mkengyn is somebody who likes to wait until he has a few Zerglings up before he even tries to throw down that hatchery so he can make short work of the probes. Meanwhile, he's going to be sending some of these Zerglings off in all directions so he can figure out where SaroVati is, as he's just been using Overlords to scout so far. One of the Zerglings is going to be going up this way, and the other three making their way to the other side of the map. Interesting decision. He's pretty confident, just based on what he's seen already from the timings, that he can make the right guess here and send more of the Zerglings to this direction. Not really going to be able to do very much with only 3 Zerglings. There is a Sentry and a Zealot here, but he has gotten a decent idea of what SaroVati's doing. Is a pretty standard Protoss opening once again, with just Zealots, a single Zealot and a bunch of Sentries behind. You can see he's actually going to be going on with the robotics facility here rather than 3 gateways or anything like that. It's definitely an interesting decision. I'm definitely looking forward to what his plan is for the later stages of this game.
Yeah, that is very interesting. I am actually curious to see what he's doing because, like,
and the hatchery is complete for Mkengyn right now. So he's going to be transferring some drones over there and just getting his economy up and running. Robotics facility for SaroVati is just about done as well. And I'm definitely curious, and he is going to be throwing down an observer immediately rather than a warp prism or anything like that. So he does want to see what's going on in the base of Mkengyn rather than using something like hallucination, which has gotten a little bit more popular in this matchup recently. And meanwhile, Mkengyn is just going to be adding on an evolution chamber. So it really does look like both of these players are just going to play a little bit of mind games here, try to get as much scouting information as they can, and go straight into the mid game here off of 2, maybe even 3 base economy.
Yeah, we do see the Nexus going down for SaroVati here, but I'm pretty sure Mkengyn did know that was coming, as he did scout Sentry, and that is usually the telltale sign of a 3-gateway, in this case 2-gateway fast expansion. We see Mkengyn just getting his economy up, as he does know that there is no early pressure. on the way. He gets his lair, and he gets a roach warren, and he's starting the +1 on the missile attacks. I do really like this because he will be able to possibly go for a really nice timing attack with +1 and possibly break XeraVati's expansion.
Yeah, the problem is if he doesn't hit that timing quite right, and XeraVati is able to use this robotics facility, start pumping out Colossus, then those Colossus are going to make very short work of those roaches, as he does have a lot of sentries, a lot of force fields to work with here. So it's going to be absolutely crucial that MKEngyn either uses this to really hit a very strong timing, or just uses it to play a pretty strong defensive game. And XeraVati's got a pretty good idea of what's going on thanks to this observer. He's going to be pumping out single immortal right now, and he knows pretty much exactly what's going on here, but he does get pretty close to the Spore Crawler here, and this observer is going to get taken down very quickly by the Spore Crawler and the Queen. XeraVati right now looking like he is going to make his way across the map to apply a little bit of pressure, see if he can do a little bit of damage to MKEngyn before too many roaches get out on the field.
Yeah, I do like this decision here by XeraVati. It'll force MKEngyn to build some more units rather than the drones he has quite a few of already. I also wouldn't be surprised to see XeraVati possibly take a third base, which is usually what Protoss do when they push out like this. He has actually just went to the middle of the map, and he's moving back.
Yeah, he just wanted to clear off those Xel'Naga towers here and try to deny MKEngyn a little bit more information. He does have a single immortal out right now. Second one just about to pop, and he's throwing down a pylon here on the low ground, so you may indeed be correct. He could be going for a third base very quickly here. Still no sign of a robotic support bay to get those Colossus out. He is just going to be sticking to these immortals and these gateway units, as we do see that he's got level 1 weapons on the way. If he gets enough immortals out here, the roach threat is not going to be all that scary, but Glial Reconstitution just about complete. Burrow just about done as well, and with no immortals with no observers out on the field, he could be in a little bit of trouble when it comes to dealing with Burrow roaches at some point. The question is, will MKEngyn actually go for that Tunneling Claws upgrade, or is he just going to be using these to using that Burrow to fall back and keep those roaches at a maximum life whenever he has the opportunity to do so?
Yeah, he does also have 2 evolution chambers going on for his, and he is dropping the infestation pits, so we are going to be seeing pretty quick fungal growth here to lock down that Protoss army, which is quite a nice decision. The drone production has stopped for the most part, and he is just concentrating on getting out a lot of roaches and speedlings to eat for, possibly just for defense. He might get aggressive and maybe take another base.
Yeah, so we got level 1 ground carapace, level 2 missile attacks on the way. MKEngyn is going to try to make his way across the map. He's got a pretty good creep spread, and again, XeraVati with no observers right now really can't deal with that creep spread, and it's going to get farther and farther across the map, and with that Glial Reconstitution, MKEngyn can clear a lot of space very quickly, and XeraVati just wanted to take control of those Xel'Naga towers again and try to keep MKEngyn in the sense that XeraVati is not just sitting in his base. He is moving around the map, and he can't just take control freely. MKEngyn does have this Overlord here outside of this third base, so MKEngyn knows exactly the timing of that third base. He is going to launch an attack here. Dark Shrine on the way, as well as Blink just about complete for XeraVati, but the Destructible Rocks at the third expansion are going down very quickly. XeraVati appears to have caught wind of this, as he does have this pylon here, just letting him see those Destructible Rocks, and he's just waiting to figure out what the right angle of attack is going to be.
Yeah, and +2 missile attacks are almost finished for the roaches, and Pathogen Glands is over halfway done for those infestors that are actually building now. And, oh, we do have some Lings coming into this second base here, trying to harass some probes. We also have the roaches coming in. That got trapped by force fields. That's very bad for MKEngyn there, losing all of those roaches.
Yeah, and now these Zerglings are going to be cleaned up, but not after doing quite a large amount of damage to that probe line there. However, the roaches were cleaned up quite easily. XeraVati now moving out on the map. He does have an observer in his army composition who's going to be able to take down quite a few of these creep tumors. He's also got the Dark Shrine completed, so he's going to be able to start adding Dark Templar and Archons to his army composition if he chooses to do so. Meanwhile, some infestors are on the way. I don't think he got Pathogen. No, yes, he did. So these infestors do have enough energy to start throwing down those fungal growths immediately. XeraVati is going to be rebuilding that third expansion, but MKEngyn's already throwing down his fourth, so he's falling behind a little bit economically. Nice fungal growths going down, pinning the army of XeraVati in position, and he's going to try to blink around the side. These Stalkers are all by themselves. The force fields are going to go down. Roach is trying to get in there, but they can't do so. Immortal's still too far in the back. Tons of fungal growths or not, as he uses them to throw down a few infested Terrans. Does xMkengyn have enough to deal with these Immortals? They're just too strong, desperately trying to pump out enough units to deal with these Immortals as fast as he can. He's pulling a few drones off the line, and there's only 3 Immortals that remain. Looks like he might be able to take this out. He's going to pull the Queen back, and the remaining forces coming out of those hatcheries should be enough to clean up these last few Immortals here. Very nice hold by xMkengyn, not losing anything but his army, managing to keep all of his expansion and all of his the majority of his drones alive.
Yeah, that was a very nice hold there by MK. He is actually quite far ahead in supply now. But I do like XeraVati's Dark Templar decision, as they can be used to sneak around the map and pick off drones here and there, which can be quite annoying for Zergs, especially if they're concentrated on something else.
Yeah, now xMkengyn is going to be launching another Speedling harassment attack, trying to do a little bit of damage to this third base. There's no cannons that have been rebuilt here. No defensive structures, no defensive units. Stalker's going to try to blink in there, but that blink is going to be on cooldown now. xMkengyn has a bit of an opportunity to try and go for surround, but he is just going to try and focus down this Nexus. It's going down very quickly. 300 life, 200 life. Is he going to be able to get it? It looks like he will. Very nice snipe. And there's another expansion going up here at the 12 o'clock, but again, XeraVati just has not been able to get to that crucial third base that he really needs for his strategy to come full circle.
Yeah, that was a very big loss there for XeraVati. He actually still has a few gateways that aren't morphed into warp gates yet. And here we have xMkengyn. Oh, his 4th base is under attack by a Dark Templar there. He does not have any detection near it, but he is bringing over an Infestor and drones to fungal it, to reveal it, and possibly surround it with the drones.
Now he does have a few roaches here. He's going to be able to make short work of that Dark Templar. Not the most effective Dark Templar. Did do a decent amount of damage to that hatchery.
There was actually another Dark Templar. Oh, never mind. Position. It does get found by the Overseers there. It does get picked up. It almost gets that Queen. He is actually building a Spire, which is quite nice. I think he is thinking that there might be Colossus on the way, but he might just be going for Mutalisk to keep the Protoss pinned back.
An interesting Spire positioning here is actually throwing it down at his third base, so in the event that a Dark Templar runs into the main base and tries to snipe some tech, he doesn't have all of his eggs in one basket. But of course, his Spire is a little more exposed being out in this third base, so it's an interesting trade-off that he's going for. XeraVati with the Blink Stalkers, level 2 weapons on them as well. He's just going to be using these to try and control as much space as he can. Roach is getting in there, but realizing they're not going to be able to compete with the Blink Stalkers, immediately going to pull them back to a position where he has some Infestors to help him out. But
he's actually got 2 Infestors at the top middle base of XeraVati. He's fungling the probes. Ooh. Very nice move there. I really like that a lot. XeraVati was kind of concentrating on blinking his army out, so he really couldn't react fast enough to pull those probes away.
Yeah, and that's going to be 15 kills for that one Infestor there. Really very strong harassment coming in of xMkengyn, just making it very hard for XeraVati to get the economy that he needs. We can see that it's really showing the supply counts right now. It's 187 for Czech6's xMkengyn and only 104 for XeraVati. xMkengyn now going to be making his way forward. There is Storm just about to complete. No, he hasn't even started it apparently. So yeah, and these Stalkers are going to get Fungal Grove. The Roaches are going to clean those up, and the rest of his the army of XeraVati has fallen back elsewhere, maybe to try and deal with this attack on the 12 o'clock expansion here. But it looks like xMkengyn is going to be able to snipe this out, and attack going down here at the natural expansion as well. There's just too much stuff for xMkengyn all over the place, and it does not look like XeraVati has enough to deal with it.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be GG very shortly here, as it is now 187 supply for xMkengyn to only the 44 of XeraVati. It also looked like he just wanted to use those High Templars for feedback, but the Infestors already did what they needed to do, and the feedbacks couldn't kill them because they had not enough energy.
Yeah, and xMkengyn here in the natural is going to seal the deal. There's the GG from XeraVati, and xMkengyn is going to take game 1.